All right, let's bring in our next guest, our first guest, sorry. I can't wait to speak to this man. Adam McKola from the Stretford Paddock. Loads going on with Manchester United. They're finally starting to splash the cash a bit. Obviously, Mason Mount now there, costing the region of around £55 million. Onana, we're hearing personal terms agreed. A deal's been agreed as well of around €45 million. Add-ons could take it to €50 million. Adam McKola, before we talk about Onana, quick one on Mason Mount. Me and you have not spoken about this deal. Two things I want to quickly talk about. A, are you happy? First and foremost, and B, this number 7 shirt. People are talking about extra pressure. Some people saying they don't really care about shirt numbers. Where do you stand?
I'm someone that grew up idolising Rob Hall, Beckham, Cantona, and obviously I think the number 7 shirt is special at Manchester United. But at the same time, in the last few years, we've given it to people that we thought would have been great for it: the Di Marias, the Alexis, Memphis, etc. And they haven't quite filled up to it. I think I don't mind seeing Mason Mount, and it gives him something to live up to. He's spoken about Cristiano Ronaldo quite fondly in the past as well, and maybe it's something that can drive him on. But I think the pressure is playing for Manchester United. I think if you handle that pressure of playing for Manchester United, then I think you'll be ultimately fine, and the shirt number won't matter. But yeah, it's a big number, obviously, historically for us.
Adam, what's happening, mate? Huge news. Andre
Onana.
How are you?
No, we need to talk about Mason Mount with you. What are you on about?
I was moving swiftly on there.
Anything. You know what, Rory? Obviously, we've bumped heads on him before in the past. But I can't believe he's a Man United.
I know. It's ridiculous. Adam sent me a text today going, how has this happened? Mason Mount is a Manchester United player.
Very strange.
It's like ridiculous.
Honestly. No, it's really, really... Again, I compared it to Trent being an Arsenal player.
Yeah,
it's like that.
It's so
one of
odd,
your homegrown players that you expect to be at the club for the next 15 years going. It's strange.
Adam, now the dust has settled and he is a Manchester United player, do you think that it's a good signing? Will he elevate your midfield?
I think he will, I think Ten Hag will get stuck into him. And I think he's a player that obviously, whatever happened at Chelsea, he's got a point to prove now. But he's someone that, when you guys have done well, won the Champions League, etc., he's been your player of the year and stuff. And players like that are always well loved by their fans, always well loved by their managers. They usually go under the radar a little bit. And I think he's someone that will come in, work hard, graft. He's only 24. He's got a little bit more potential to fulfill. And I think it'll be a good signing for us. Christian Eriksen's someone that can't play week in, week out, I don't think. He's someone that will still be becoming handy for us. But I think Mason Mount maybe being a regular option ahead of him, also being an alternative for Bruno Fernandes, who plays about 60, 70 games a season and will need a rest at times. So I think is a option. We've still got a few bits we need to do, and I wouldn't mind seeing another midfielder come in though.
Fair enough.
Well, one second, another midfielder. In terms so you're talking Fred and McTominay, one of them going, and Amrabat. Is that the one you're talking about?
Both of them going. I want to see one or both of them go. We've obviously got Kobe Mainoo, who will hopefully get a few more minutes in the team, but I want to see someone like Amrabat come in. Rumours that is available for like £30 million. Wow. We need to start trying to buy these players that are already finished articles and stuff. And when people link us with Moises Caicedo, they always go, why didn't we sign him when he was available for £4 million? And now we're looking for these little signings. They're going, why aren't we getting the finished article, the £100 million signings? I think Ten Hag needs these players he can work with and improve. And I think someone like Amrabat, I'm not saying I know a whole host about him, but I loved watching him for Morocco. And if he can bring that to United, I'd be happy with that.
The thing is, Ad, look, Amrabat's a good player. No doubt about it. And he's the kind of player that I really like, that combative, aggressive midfielder. Yeah. But does it really make sense? Like, he's obviously a very good player, but you've got Casemiro in that position, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. But also, we're in the Champions League this season. We've got 4 competitions, hopefully we can go deep in. Casemiro occasionally gets sent off, as we've seen, for throttling someone or something. And I think just having that, like I said, I kind of want to see McTominay and Fred moved on. And if we can replace them with Mount and Amrabat, our team's immediately raised up a level, I think. And I wouldn't mind seeing when when Manchester City are signing, another player to sit on their bench. No one looks at it like that because they need to have 2 players in every position. And I think that's the position we need to get into if we want to challenge for them. I think that's what didn't help Arsenal last season when they had a few injuries or some of these key signings couldn't key players couldn't be rested at times. It hampered them later in the season. So I think all these teams that want to challenge City, you need to get two players for each position.
Yeah, it sounds like you do. We're having a debate in the studio about this David De Gea tweet, the emoji, as to what it means, what it represents.
Joining the circus.
Yeah, is that what is that what you think it is as well, Adam? Because we're like, that's what me and Rory thought, circus. Some people think it means a clown. Some people say, no, it's just, it's nothing. It's just juggling
his options.
Is that what you think it is? Juggling the options?
Maybe. Maybe he felt a bit. He probably feels a little bit embarrassed by the fact that United have rescinded their offer and they're saying we'll talk to him a little bit further down the line. He's now a free agent. Maybe he's just saying, look, I've got options of my own as well. He's someone that I've been a bit disappointed to see some of the disrespect aimed at him online. I know online's not a great place to gauge things really, because he has been a fantastic player for us. I know the last few years haven't been great. He's made some high-profile mistakes, and it's the right time to move on. But I feel like he should have been given a better goodbye than he has received.
Agreed.
And, he's due a testimonial as well. And I would love to see him take that up. And I think he has been a great player for Manchester United. It's just a shame the way it's ended.
Despite your love for David De Gea, you've got to be very excited about this potential signing of Onana.
Yeah, look, again, I've seen a little bit of him at Ajax, and I've seen a lot of him in the Champions League for Inter, and he was obviously fantastic. But I don't think Man United fans are ready for it.
I swear, I don't think, honestly, I don't think they are. I don't think they're ready for how erratic he's going to be. I think he's going to be quite similar to the way maybe Alisson was first season at Liverpool.
Fabian
Barthez-esque as well, where he's doing crazy stuff, and they're like, well, what's going on?
Yeah, we're just going to be crying out for David De Gea, hooping it out for a forward after a week or two. But no, I am looking forward to it, because obviously someone that's worked with Ten Hag before, it's a change from what we're doing. And you look at all these teams now that are moving forward, they have to get, even if they take, a little bit of a hit on the shot stopping side, they need someone that can play football, because ultimately it enhances your team massively. And we've seen David, we need to replace David. People talk about him, his shot stopping, and this season some of the saves he should have made, that Gundogan one in the cup final, I wouldn't be surprised if that's when they went, you know what, just take that contract off the table, because he's not doing the things that he used to be great at. So I think we can take a few mistakes from Onana if he's gonna advance us in terms of playing out from the back.
And Ad, what do you think this means for the future of Dean Henderson at Manchester United?
Forest, innit? It's looking like, again, I've only heard rumours, but it looks like he's not going to be coming on pre-season tour. And it's Forest for him. We've just welcomed back Matej Kovar, who did well in Czech Republic. So I wouldn't be surprised that, if we don't get Onana ready, that he might be our pre-season goalkeeper until we do get Onana ready, because it looks like Henderson's going to Forest. He wants out. I wouldn't have minded seeing him give him a goal, but I don't really mind him leaving either.
Yeah. All right, so goalkeeper looks like it's done. Obviously, you got the midfielder you wanted in Mason Mount. The forward line, through the middle, number 9, that's been the problem for United for a while, let's be honest, in terms of having a number 9 that you can stick with for many years to come. You've been linked with a few. Hojlund's one you've been linked with now, only 20 years old. He scored 10 goals in all competitions or something last season. But they want a lot of money for him. Is he worth it? Would you want that up front?
Again, I only know what I see really online of him.
We're all the same, mate. I just done a YouTube deep dive in him. We're all the same.
Look, I signed him on Football Manager, and he was amazing. but look, I don't mind us going for these young lads, because what's going to happen? Rasmus Hojlund's going to go somewhere, tear it up, and he'll be worth 200 million, and then United will be knocking around trying to sign him. You know what I mean? I don't mind us trying to get these players for £50 million now and developing them into, bigger players. Obviously, he's not the finished article. Obviously, he's not the Harry Kane that maybe many people wanted. But if Harry Kane's not showing that he wants to come to Manchester United, even if we are in a position we could buy him, I don't think we are, then, I think it's best to just move on, look for someone younger. I wanted Tony. That's not happening now with his ban, unfortunately. I don't mind us seeing us go for these younger options. I know some people will be different and say, go and spend 200 million on Mbappe, but it's not realistic.
Onana, Mount and Hojlund, is that enough?
For what?
For a title challenge?
Look, if we let's say then McTominay, Fred, Maguire leave, Ilanga, bring some more funds in. I would want to see us get another centre-back and another midfielder before we can even think about challenging.
Final one, McKola. I look, goals win games. You look at that City front line or just City person in Haaland, they're going to get goals. Arsenal, you look at what they've got, they'll get goals. Liverpool will get goals as well. I think Newcastle, Callum Wilson, Isak will get goals. Are you not concerned that, apart from Rashford, there aren't many chipping in? I think Bruno can. We saw it in his first season. But are you concerned that you do need a lot more up there?
Yeah. You need your striker to hit the ground running or at least contribute 20 goals. I wouldn't be surprised if Marcus Rashford's pushed down the middle a little bit more if we do go with like a Hojlund, and then you can utilise Garnacho more from the left.
Yep.
Garnacho's coming on. He's probably going to add 5-10 goals to his game, hopefully. And you want to see... Like, I'm not giving up hopes on Jadon Sancho coming good, you know. I know he splits opinion a lot. But I see a player there that just needs a little bit of love, a little bit of coaching. There were a few games where, all right, he didn't play well, but there were also a couple where he did do well at the end, towards the end of last season. So I want to see Sancho, Anthony start pushing forward and getting more goals.
Talent's
They
there.
need to contribute.
Both got talent.
Yeah, Bruno's going to get more goals as well. Bruno's some player, man.
I like the way you said it with so much confidence. Like, yeah, it was guaranteed Bruno will get 15 goals. He should do.
Bruno's so good, you know. He's criminally underrated, I think. He delivers goals. He delivers chances for the strikers. If we get a striker that is just available and in the box and not Valverde, we're ran to a winner.
Yeah, maybe so. Adam McKola, as always, my man, appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. Adam McKola there from the Stretford paddock. Always seems relaxed, Adam. Always
calm.
takes a pinch of salt, doesn't he? Like, yeah, if we get this player, we get that player.
So you say that, but as a man who sits next to him when Manchester United are conceding goals for fun against Liverpool, I guarantee you that he's not always calm.
Yeah, especially not against that team.